Hey, my name is Eric Latender, and here I am at Eric Latender's Dog Training School. And what I want to talk to you about today is, there's a lot of what you hear every other minute on the commercial or on Facebook or anywhere else is everybody's talking about social distance. The title of this video is Social Distance with Your Dog. Doesn't mean you have to keep distance with your dog. Dogs can't get the coronavirus or anything like that. But whenever you're talking to a dog trainer about dog training, you'll hear him talk about as the dog starts to learn a command, you teach them what they refer to as the 3 Ds. Distance, duration, distractions. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today, distance. You get your dog on a stay command, how to start putting distance between your dog and you so that they understand. Next thing we'll talk about is duration, and then we'll talk about distractions. But today we're going to just talk about distance. As you can see, I got Sky here. She's on the place board, the place bed, elevated dog bed, whatever you want to call it. What I'm going to do today is practice some distance with Sky. Now, before you can really work on distance with a dog, you have to make sure that your dog's pretty good with the duration. The other thing that your dog has to understand, they have to understand that they cannot move until you give a release word. So whenever you're training a dog to do obedience, what you have to remember is that when you teach a command, there's 3 parts to a command. There's a beginning, a middle, and an ending. You have the beginning, go to place. She gets on the bed. You have the middle, the duration, what she's doing right now. Then you have the release, the end of the command. So a command has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. They get into position, they maintain the behavior, and then they're released from the behavior. So if you're going to teach your dog obedience, don't just teach them position. Don't just teach them sit, and then they get up and walk away. Teach them sit, and then give a release word. Always release your dog from the command. Otherwise, the dog decides when they're done doing the command. And to me, it's kind of useless if you just tell the dog to sit and they put their butt on the ground and then they walk away. What you want is a dog that maintains the behavior until you give them permission. I got Sky and I've worked on duration, distractions, distance with her. And as we start to practice, there's one thing that I teach, and that's what's called a duration marker. Okay, so I have a release marker, which is YES, yes. And I have a duration marker, which is GOOD. Good. Keep doing it. So if your dog understands a duration marker, it's going to make distance much easier for the dog to understand they need to maintain the behavior. So when I first started training Sky, I would pair the word good with bringing the reward to her. Good. Give her the reward. By repeating pairings, she started to learn that the word good means maintain whatever behavior you're doing. That made it much easier to start working on distance. Sky maintains the behavior, so I can put in some distance because she understands the word good, right? I don't have to give her a reward every single time. Early stages, good, reward, good, reward, good, reward. She starts to learn good means keep doing what you're doing. Good. And then what's really important is for her to understand the release. Yes, good dog. So if your dog understands the release, it's going to be much easier for them to figure out that they need to maintain the behavior, especially at a distance. I can start working Sky at a distance because she understands the word good. 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 Yes. Good girl. There you go. Down. Sit. Down. Place. Good. Good. Yes. Such a good girl, huh? Such a smart puppy. Place. Good. In the early stages, you can tell them good. Come up to them, reward. If they clearly understand the duration marker and they understand the release marker, you can put distance between you and your dog. Good. Yes. Good girl. Place. Good. Yes. Place. Good. If you want to work on distance with your dog, teach them the position, sit down, go to place, whatever it is. Teach them the position, use a duration marker. Good. Good. Deliver the reward, and also teach a release marker. Let the dog know that they're done doing the command. I like to practice duration and distance. At first, I like to practice on the bed. It just gives the dog a clear understanding. They get up on this bed that they learn much faster when it comes to duration and distance that they're supposed to stay on the bed. Once they get good at doing it on the bed, then you can do it other places. So I can tell Sky, down. Good. Then you can start to practice other places like this. You can work on duration. You start to put yourself good. Right? But it's easier, I feel, that if you start on the bed, it's just easier for the dog to learn. Yes! Nice job. So that's how you can start working on some distance with your dog, okay? Nice if you got a bed to practice on. Teach them a duration marker. Good. Teach them a release marker. Yes, some people use break, some people use free, some people use okay, some people use all different types of words. Whatever you want to use doesn't matter to me. It's just that you want to be consistent with that release word. Make sure everybody in the house is using the same word. So, hope this helped you out. Remember, social distance is what we practice with our dogs when we're doing the stay command. Oh, one more thing. If you noticed, I never use the word stay. I never tell my dogs to stay. I drop that. I don't even say stay to a dog. And the reason I don't say stay is because if I put Sky in place, or if I put her in a down, or I tell her to sit, when is she allowed to move? Not till I give the release word. Why do I need to say stay? You see, the mistake that people make when they're training a dog is they treat sit and stay, or down and stay, as two separate commands. Should be one command. You tell your dog to do a down, they shouldn't move till you release, okay? And so that's why you don't even need to say stay when you're training a dog. Much, much more efficient when you're training your dog, and we're all about efficiency. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to share with your friends because it was so informational and entertaining. And if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, just put them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day training your dog.